let's speak a little bit more into the BTB Savage case. If you don't know who he is, he's a rapper that moved from Cleveland down to Texas. We'll get a little deeper into that. I do want to explain, I've seen a lot of the media just skipping right over that. From Vlad TV to a lot of media, no one's speaking about his actual music. Everyone's just speaking straight about the case, and I understand why. I'm not gonna act crazy. This is just insane on what happened to him. This is just insane. This shows you that stuff that happens on social media could catch up to you. A lot of kids probably see shit like 6ix9ine and all these other hip-hop trolls with millions of dollars talking crazy, or when he was in the streets, it was not like he was walking by himself. He was walking with all the dudes that got incarcerated and he snitched on and did all that time. So if you just walking and talking crazy, you could always be lacking one day. You could always be lacking one day. And this just seemed like it was way too quick. You know, they would say like, yo, one day Karma's gonna get him. We didn't even have time for Karma to come. Like, Karma was there chilling. Karma was with him. Karma took the picture. I thought his girl, one of his friends, took the picture. It looked like Karma took the picture. That's how quick all this happened. But for those that are not actually informed on what's going on or don't know the whole case of BTB Savage, I'm just gonna play this real quick. And this is just news coverage. I haven't seen this myself. Talking about rapper shot and killed by suspects dressed in black near River Oaks area. I haven't seen it from this exact video, but I've seen a couple already. Just know, remember that, dressed in black. Something else is gonna pop up later that is super interesting, and there's also like only shit like that happens in today's time, but we'll get into that as well.
Developing story right now out of the River Oaks area. Police say a man was shot and killed in what they believe was a targeted attack.
Rest in peace, rest in peace, rest in peace. Oh my God.
Morning, they're still looking for the gunman. Now, the shooting happened near Mid Lane and San Felipe. Brittany Jeffers is live with us to tell us more information about the victim. Brittany, good morning.
And good morning to you. Now, Houston police tell us that the victim is a rapper. They say a man in his 20s, although they wouldn't go into detail how they knew this was a targeted attack, but say that this was based off of evidence from the scene. Now, according to detectives,
Targeted attack, you're gonna see why. There was, I believe, roughly 50 shell cases or something around that number. That was insane. Like, you're gonna see the little detail markers all over the ground of how many shell cases were on the ground. So you know they went to get that job done. They didn't come to just pow pow, scare it, and be out. They came and let that shit go. Like, they let it go. Also, if you watch the Vlad TV, which we'll also get into that, BTB Savage went on Vlad TV. One detail I remember from that video was him saying when he told his girl to shoot the guy again, yo, shoot him again, shoot him again. As soon as he said that, he said a second later, it was like 20 rounds went through his door, like bah, 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 non-stop. Like, that shit was just going crazy, he said, for a couple minutes. And it's crazy to see how they did him too. So it looks like, yo, do they have a deal with ammunition, whoever he's beefing with? Like, who are these guys? Who are these guys?
detectives, they say this drive-by shooting happened around 6:10 last night. HPD says that witnesses tell them two men in a black Subaru started firing at the victim's vehicle. Police say that multiple shots were fired. And
bro, look at the ground. Like, you can't even count on that. But all those little yellow triangles you see, those are what they put down when they see shell casings, just to, like, you know, for the homicide detectives and everything to do their report and investigation. So you can, it's just insane. They shot the car. I believe there's a picture we're gonna see of the side of the vehicle. The whole door was riddled.
evidence markers show dozens of shell casings on the ground. According to police,
bro, the front of the car looks like it was hit like crazy.
The two suspects fled along San Felipe, and they say,
look, I see 47 back there. That's what I'm telling you. Oh, even more, 66. Yo, bro, I'm telling you, when I saw that report on the internet, I don't remember the exact number, but I know it was a lot of bullets. That I had to read it again. Like, yo, did I just read correctly?
the victim died at the scene.
And what makes you believe it was targeted?
Based on our experience, and it's a few things that I just don't want to go into right now, it's not random.
So supposedly, allegedly, the Houston police did receive a call from the San Antonio police, letting them know he was involved in that homicide that happened in his apartment, and they believe it was connected to that. Also, the amount of rounds that were there, that's another thing that's going to tell you that it was targeted. Like, it's nothing by an accident with 60 rounds, 50 rounds shot at your vehicle. Like, whoever went to get the job done, they came with mad guns and mad bullets. So it's like, you get me? You can tell with all those little details what they're adding up in their time working and seeing cases like this, it looks like a target hit.
So again, this morning, police still looking for those suspects. They tell us they believe that they were wearing black hoodies.
Black hoodies, remember that, dressed in all black hoodies and all that, right?
Possibly with shades on, and were driving a...
Possibly with shades on. Sunglasses, as another word that we like to say.
black Subaru. Now, detectives tell us they're going to continue to review surveillance video, but if you are in the area, if you have
Black Subaru. I'll show you something crazy.
any information that might help with this investigation, HPD says that they would like you to call them. Live from the newsroom, I'm Brittany Jeffers, KPRC 2 News.
All right, Brittany, thank you for that update.
Yo, that's insane. But just little things like that. Again, look at all the rounds that were there. Something like that is not going to be a random attack. Something like that is not going to be from a disagreement. Like, who did you just happen to bump into in the street? Unless they were going out to do another hit and you just happen to bump into them at that time, or a play went wrong. That's another thing that people were saying, but I don't believe so either. I do believe this is tied to the other one. I don't have no evidence. This is just me from watching videos and just doing my online investigations and just putting shit together in my head. Like, bro, like everyone else, this shit looks like it has to do something with the San Antonio murder that he was part of. Also, you might think that as well. This happened in Houston. Again, not San Antonio, where the alleged murder happened in his apartment where they try to rob him. That happened, remember, San Antonio. This is Houston. So it's a little bit weird on why this is over there in Houston when everything that he was part of was in San Antonio. So let's take a deeper look into this.
Were fired and evidence markers showed dozens of shell casings on the ground. According to police, the two suspects fled along San Felipe, and they say the victim died at the scene.
Remember, they said black Subaru, right? Okay. So look at this. Look at this, what I've seen online. I'm not sure if this is real, but I believe it is. And I think this is the video that's also going to show us the side of the vehicle. So you see, that's the white Mercedes that they're saying allegedly belongs to BTB Savage in this film with him driving, right? And then look at what's following right behind him. Look at what's following right behind them. People are saying that right there is the black Subaru. That could be a black Subaru. That could also be like a Mercedes or some shit, like a Mazda, because it kind of looks like that body to me, but it could be a new Subaru as well. All tinted black. Let's see if we can see. I think they come back again and they do it in slow-mo. Yeah, you see right here, they slow it down. So they're saying that's the white Mercedes that he was in. And then we'll see right here. This is supposedly the black Subaru right here. I don't know. This is real spooky. This is the shit I want to show you from the side of the vehicle right here. Bro, look at that door. Like, that's no... I don't want to say no one's surviving that, but that is crazy. And I believe there's shots in front of the car, too.
You know, I'm here around the way to them. I'm in Houston. Say that. They got them hoes, for real. Got them hoes popping out. You know what I'm saying? For real. Unloaded.
Nah, that's super sad to see. Like, damn, he was about to pop out. He was about to literally pop out. The Jones is outside. Everything's poor son. Prayer sent to his mother. How are you running around by yourself and you got one arm? And these guys didn't love the internet, posting every move, they would be alive. Again, for those that don't know who BTB Savage is, real name Brian Thompson. I can't tell you I was too informed to his music before all of this, but I did start going through his YouTube to start looking into it. We can't do it in this video because you know they'll bring this live down in 1 second, but we could do it in a separate video if you want to see more reactions or anything. But I did see he does like scammer rap, if you guys remember, like the scammer rap that people were doing at one point. That shit was popular.
Also known as Brian Thompson, he was born in Cleveland, Ohio, and later shifted to Texas. There, he joined Churchill High School in San Antonio, and used to play basketball. Although he slowly developed an interest in music after his graduation, he did not have enough resources to pursue it as a career. BTB Savage went through financial issues and ended up joining the military. However, the compensation was not enough to cover all the expenses. He then began to take rapping seriously and decided to pursue a career in the industry. He linked up with his engineer Duvin and released his debut single, Marilyn Manson. This was followed by another single, Break the Bank.
And I think I put together BTB, that's what it stands for, Break the Bank, because the first thing I ever noticed when I looked at him during the Vlad was, we got a Bank of America logo chain on. And then I noticed right on it, it says Break the Bank, put it together, BTB. Okay, Break the Bank. It goes along again with the scamming. People said that he used to target Bank of America, allegedly. Also, allegedly no, actually, you don't have to say allegedly, there's proof. He was in the military, we saw that, but allegedly he was involved in something in South Korea. I don't really know how true that is, but I saw another article talking about that. So, it looks like he has a little, look, BTB's network was supposedly around 5, no, I don't know, goddamn, that I can't speak on. Lil Wayne said his net worth had nothing nowhere near what they say on social media, so I don't really know if that's true. But again, the kid was involved with a couple conspired, like, scams and shit. So this is so gruesome to even watch, bro. Like, look at the door right there, and this is back in San Antonio in the old apartment, bro. Look at all the shots going through the door. Like, that is insane. He posted this that day, I believe, or around that same exact time. I don't know how much we could show of that, all that blood on YouTube, but then it's like an old crime scene. But what you could see is all these shots that went through the door. There's a whole bunch of shots here that also goes with his story that he said on Vlad TV, that when he told his girl, yo, take this dude out, they started airing out the door. So that ties back to that as well. This is just crazy to see. This case is just insane. So this is the pictures that everybody was saying he should have never posted on the internet. If you want to look these more into detail, you should go and look them up yourself. I don't really want to scan around or break them down too much because the crime scene is gruesome, so I don't want to show that on this channel. If you want to, but just know that he's standing on top of dried blood from the crime scene. I also saw Vlad ask him, like, yo, did you ever clean it? Like, what happened? Why does that shit still look like that? He's like, yeah, no, we cleaned it. That's also the same shirt he's wearing that day in that little Instagram live that we just saw. He's wearing that same exact shirt. This shit is crazy, bro. Like, it's just deep. This whole thing is deep. So they're saying that this is what that killing tied back to. Again, the killing that happened in his apartment when they tried to rob him. You've heard me reference that a couple times already. So what happened was he went on Vlad TV to explain an attempted robbery on him and his girl that were in the apartment, and his son was also there. So there was another rapper from Texas reached out to him and was like, yo, I want to get a quick feature with you. Is it possible? He's like, yo, I'm not at the studio. It was like 10 o'clock at night. He was like, it'll be better if we just do it tomorrow because I don't got the studio equipment. He said that everything he would be like, yo, I don't got a microphone. I got one. I don't got a mixer. I got one. I don't got a turntable. I got one. I don't got a producer. He's with me. Like, nothing that he said, they would be like, you know what? All right, let's wait till tomorrow. Everything, they had a rebuttal. He kept saying. So that was one red flag, and that shit would have got me weirded out too. He wasn't that cool with this dude, barely knew him. He just knew him from the city at different shows, and they both did music within the city. So that's the only way that they knew each other. So he was saying that was another red flag because he was already iffy with him pulling up to his crib. If you guys know me, I'm not letting nobody come to my crib, bro. I'm weirded out with people I talk to every day coming to my crib. There's only a handful of dudes that can come to my crib. If I tell you can come here, feel lucky because I don't really bring people to where I rest my head, as they say. He wanted to get the bag, which I'm not mad at him. I could totally understand, even though it is, yo, it's late, your girl's in the crib, your son is in the crib, and the bag's never worth it. Wait till tomorrow, my brother. If they really want to do the feature with you, they would wait till tomorrow. They already waited this long because he said they've been hitting him up for a minute, too. That was something else that I noticed. He then explains that the rapper pulls up with a whole entourage, like 5 other dudes, allegedly. One guy gets out, I guess, with him, and he has like the box in his hand, which happened to be his uncle. We later find out that he wasn't his uncle. Some people are saying that that was his stepfather. Some people are saying it was his uncle. Some people are just saying that was his man's, and he tried to get him in the house. Just know he was tied to the first rapper that asked for the feature. When he gets inside the apartment, they're trying to set everything up. They notice that they didn't have something in the box. Ironic. He's like, oh shit, I don't got something in the box. The uncle, supposedly, the guy, allegedly Omar Richardson, which we saw his name pop up, told the rapper, yo, can you go to the car and get the rest of the equipment that we need? He goes to the car to get the rest of the equipment. During that time, BTB Savage, Omar Richardson starts speaking about a chain, allegedly. The chain that he was speaking about was the Bank of America. When he got on, he was asking him how much he dropped on it. He said that he looks down to just say, oh shit, yeah, like, you know, you look at your shit like, yo, this little piece right here. When he looked back up, homie had the pole on him. It was like, running. And he wasn't a Chris Brown fan. Savage and him end up getting into a little kerfuffle. They start grabbing, wrapping up. Long story short, this is when before they get in the kerfuffle. Actually, before all this, I skipped a major part. When he tells the guy to go downstairs and get the rest of the equipment, the uncle, which he already found that weird, he's like, yo, that's crazy. The uncle's telling the rapper that's paying for the feature to go downstairs. Shouldn't the uncle be the one to go get it? All right. So he went and locked the door mad quick because he felt like that shit was weird. When he locked the door, supposedly that's when you hear Omar, that's when you hear the victim, in that case, or the, I don't know what he is, because some articles say he's a victim, some articles say he's not. I'm not going to speak on that because I don't know. But you hear the older man, who was supposedly the rapper's uncle, tell him, yo, how much you dropped on that chain? That's when that whole shit happened. Then they wrap up. The door was locked. The door was locked, so the dudes couldn't get back in. That's when they start shooting through the door, trying to get at him. He tells his girl when they start fighting, because the guy had 2 guns, or he found one of his guns. I heard, again, 2 stories that also conflict. For me, when I heard this, it sounded like he said that he took out another gun. He didn't know where the second gun came from, but I watched other people say that one of the guns were his, and then one of the guns were the other dude's, and he just happened to have another gun in the house, which is the one that his girl grabbed, or one of the ones on the floor. I forgot exactly. But if you want to hear this story more into detail, which I suggest you go do, go watch this Vlad TV. This Vlad TV is insane. We're not going to watch the full thing, but I'll play like a quick little 5 minutes just to show you a little bit about it. But it was insane when he started breaking everything down. And then the first thing I wanted to know was, who is the dude that he smoked in San Antonio? Was he a well-known dude? I ended up finding out he was an alleged member. And this is the guy right here, actually. This is how I found, who is Omar Richardson San Antonio? A lot of people were Googling the same thing. This is the picture that I saw. There's another picture we seen him with a red shirt on. But I'll let this little article break it down for you. It's super short. But this one here makes him sound like a victim.
A man who was shot and killed in an apartment building in downtown San Antonio has been identified by the Bexar County Medical Examiner. Omar Richardson, 34, died from multiple gunshot wounds, according to the ME. His death has been ruled a homicide. At last check, no arrests have been made in connection with the shooting. The investigation continues. A man is dead after a shooting overnight in an apartment building in downtown San Antonio. The shooting took place around 11:25 p.m. Friday, according to police. San Antonio police said multiple residents called about a shooting in the building, located in the 700 block of McCullough Avenue, not far from I-35.
That's when I was like, yo, how normal is shooting in Texas? Because he's like, yo, mad shots happened. They had time to grab their kid. The dudes left. He put his hand over his girl's mouth. A whole bunch of shit happened. They still got to go to the car, drove himself to the hospital. I'm like, yo, how normal is this many shots in Texas that the cops didn't show up?
When police arrived at the scene, they followed a blood trail where they found a man in his early 30s had been fatally shot inside his apartment. Police said the man was shot multiple times and pronounced dead at the scene. The suspect is still at large. According to police at the scene, there is no current description of the suspect, and investigators are working with apartment management to find video that could identify the suspect. An investigation is ongoing.
So that was what dropped that day again. This is March 31st. People started looking it up, so it looked like this article here just put this together quickly. So I just wanted to show you that so you can have a little bit more information, because that's something that I want to know. I don't know if I'm nosy for that, but that was what I wanted to know. When I was hearing this story, I'm like, who was this dude?
Shit, like, where is it? So I'm like...
Shout out to Vlad TV again. You haven't seen this, you should go watch this. How many views has this got already? 2.2 million views in 7 days. It's just, this all happened so quick, bro. Literally, the Vlad interview, him putting out the pictures on Twitter with standing over the crime scene, and then him passing away. Like, this shit all happened super fast. His mother also said when he did this interview and posted those pictures, no, before the picture, when he did this interview, he started receiving calls too, saying they were gonna make his mother cry.
So I took off my chain, and he's still at a distance. He's still at a distance, so I can't like move quick and jump. So when he come over,
this is when he explaining what happened after he puts out the gun on him. He tells him to take the chain off because he wanted a 30-band chain. I think he said he paid like 30 bands or some shit.
He reached for the chain and he took the gun off me. Right there, I hit him with like both of his arms under my armpit like this, and I like leaned back like all the way back so his elbows lock up like that. On the gun, he turned it and fired at the refrigerator, and then he like run it. So I just fell back. Like if he would have like tried to hold back, his arms gonna break. So I just jumped back and fall all the way back, and then when we fall down to the ground, his hand slammed under me, so he let the gun go. And then he tried to pull out.
Also, if you guys are wondering how his arm got broken, he also breaks down on this that the dude did not shoot him. Because I guess there's arguments going on to the city that the dude shot him. He's saying the dude didn't shoot him. We don't know because we weren't there. But what he says in this was that his girlfriend shot him. When he told his girl to shoot the dude, she started shaking because he was fighting up with the guy, like wrestling, yelling, shoot him, shoot him, shoot him. His girl let off and shot him in the arm.
I'm like, damn, come shoot him, bitch, come shoot him. I'm yelling at him, I'm like, come shoot him, come shoot him. I don't know where she at. So I just keep tugging with him like that until I get the rest of them shits out of her hand. His hand. But then she run over there. She got damn shaking and shit. I'm looking at her. I'm like, shoot him, shoot him. So like, well, I swing my hip under him like that to put him on top of me, all the way on top of me. And then she's popping him in the back twice. She's like, boom, boom.
In the back.
And that's what's crazy. He got shot in the back twice and was still able to fight. That's how you know adrenaline is really crazy.
He's like, fuck. And this nigga turned into the motherfucking Hulk right there. You would think he'd be the Hulk before he got shot.
Nah, you would be the Hulk when you get shot because that adrenaline just got pushed all throughout your body because now your body knows that it is fighting for life. And that's why he went crazy and started probably worming and swarming and trying to get up out of there.
And then I see he got 2 guns in his hand. So I'm like, where the fuck this nigga get 2 guns?
You see? That's something else that the internet is also saying. They were saying, I saw an article, allegedly one of the weapons were his and the dude grabbed it and brought one of his own. He's saying that he don't know where they both came from. He brought both, basically trying to say. I don't know. Only information I got literally is as much as you got. I just watched this.
Aiming at her head, trying to put the beam. So I'm grabbing his arm, like he really trying to aim and shoot at her face type shit.
That's another reason why this was ruled. If you guys are wondering how he's talking about this so freely, the reason he's talking about this so freely is because it was ruled as self-defense. They saw the shots in the apartment. They saw the shots through his door. They were in his apartment. This also is Texas.
He fired 3 times. Boom, boom, boom.
And the dude's way older than him. I think he's like 26 or 24 to 26 allegedly he was. And I think the other guy was like 34. So he has age on him.
I'm like, go ahead and get up out of here, bro. You already fired like 5 shots. It's hot. The police on the way.
That's what I was saying. I'm like, where is the 12? Like 5 shots already went off. He said they come and shoot another 20 through the door. 30 shots shot and the cops never came. Like, yo, that is insane. By the time they came, he wasn't even there already. And he talks about mad shit happened. Now, and that's also crazy that Shorty really went through all this and held him down, shot the dude twice, still standing there. There's people blowing through the door. A lot of drones would have just broke down, sat in the corner and started screaming, ah! Ah! As people like to say on the internet, the liberal scream or some shit like that. Ah! They would have just been there screaming. So the fact that Shorty was really a gangster is kind of what saved his life.
So while they firing through the door, they fired twice. I'm like, slide me the gun, slide me the gun. She's like, they shooting through the door. Like, she don't want to run over there. And I don't blame her. It's her first.
I don't blame her either, bro. The fact that she was even strong enough to even help him through all that is crazy.
Like, come on, bro, take me with you, bro. I can make it to the hospital. I just need to go to the hospital.
Yeah, so he starts saying the dude that, this is what I thought when I was watching this is probably like one of the shit that got the other family mad. Trying to say the dude's last words, saying he was begging for his life, begging to take him to the hospital. He could have saved him and all that shit. Like, you don't know, he probably was dying off the shots right there. You could have just left it alone. And this is what he tends to say. And I think this was one of the points that I don't know, because again, it's all alleged, but this is where it took a dark turn.
Oh, nigga, fuck you. Like, I ain't taking you to no fucking hospital, but your ass about to fry right here. And if they come save you, then they come save you. If not, then your ass toasty. You're gone. Last day. Last supper. Whatever the fuck he ate before he came there.
When I heard that, I was like, ooh. This was that should have been left out a little bit. It did sound gangster. I can't lie to you. I thought about Kanye West when he was in that interview with the white dude from Fox. And he's like, nah, I just said it because I thought it would sound cool. Like, yeah. But this one definitely wasn't worth it.
Talk to him if I see him.
Yep.
But I guarantee you he see me. I didn't even know that, man. I just thought that sounded cool.
All that to say, if you guys haven't watched this, go watch it. This whole interview is insane. Only last thing that we'll cover before we get off this topic was then this picture comes out on social media. Everyone then goes and sees this where there's a guy called BJ_goddamn allegedly. He's making himself sound like he was at the scene. I don't believe this always because the dude's always posting on the internet. The day that these celebrities die, usually it would be cloud chasing. It happened with X, it happened with Nip, it happens with all of them. Like, oh, I did it. Knowing, I don't know even why you would want that attention. The only reason that this one stood out to a lot of people was because of the outfit. He was dressed in all black with the black sunglasses. And he posted this, like, I think I saw somewhere, I think it was 1090 Jake said that he posted this before they even identified the body to be BTB Savage. So you get me? He posted that shit early, like before it was even like confirmed that it was him. So they were like, that was weird. Also, the sunglasses in this, they're saying that the people had a black hoodie on, dressed in all black with sunglasses on. Obviously, you don't got a hoodie on in this, but a hoodie is real easy to take off after you do some shit like that. I don't know, but dude, if you did do something like that, why would you put yourself even tie yourself close to this? That's just insane to me. Hey, somebody tag Vlad TV ASAP, goddamn it, and tell his ass BJ, goddamn, trying to see when he gonna do another mother effing interview with that BTB Savage guy. Probably never again, huh, doggy? A whole bunch of laughing and smoking on. That's what the cigarettes is for, I'm assuming. Allegedly, Vlad TV, my turn. Yo, if Vlad TV gets him on there, if Vlad TV gets the victim and the killer a week of, like, that is insane. I think at that point, bro, I don't know. I don't think Vlad was that crazy enough to do some shit like that. They'll end this channel. If this dude gets somebody on there, allegedly him doing that interview, explaining what happened in that beef led back to him getting smoked and then you get the dude that allegedly is posted on the internet about smoking him on your channel as well is crazy to me. The more that this develops, I'll be on top of it. I'll definitely keep you guys posted. I'll let you guys know. This is just all crazy to me. We seen the videos of the Subaru. If they start, I don't know if that's real or fake, because it looked like both scenes were kind of different too. When I saw like the police scene, I don't know. I'm just looking at all this popping up on the internet. I'll keep you guys posted. The more that we see, this just happened so quick. Literally, it just happened 7 days since the interview. And I think it's been 5 days since, not even 5 days. He lost his life, I believe, on the 30th or the 31st, I'd rather say. I'm not too sure on exactly the date, but all I can tell you is it's been less than 10 days. And all this happened. All this occurred. Like, this is just insane to me. His mother also said allegedly that he was receiving calls right before it happened, after he did the Vlad TV interview, that they were going to make his mother cry. That's crazy to me. Let me see if I can actually find that for you guys. I saw that on social media. Let me see if I can find it.
Well, only on 13, we're hearing from the mother of an aspiring rapper who was gunned down in the exclusive River Oaks area last week. The 26-year-old went by the name BTB Savage, and just days before he was killed, he did an interview claiming he was involved in killing someone else who tried to rob him. Now his mother thinks that may have led to her son's death. ABC 13's Brooke Taylor is joining us live from downtown with the story. Brooke?
Mel, that
All right, we already know the story,
mom of a 26-year-old rapper known as...
That's actually pictures right there, as I was telling you, from the military.
BTB Savage tells ABC 13 that was her son. Bernita Ward says her son's online persona isn't how she knew him.
I'm not one of those parents who try to cover up, whatever their children's lifestyle is.
To her, he was just Darrell Gentry, his legal name. He served in the military for 4 years and was a father to a 4-year-old son. That's who she says she's most proud of. In February, Ward says her son thought he was going to be featured in a song, his rapping career starting to kick off. Instead, she says a group showed up to his apartment in San Antonio and tried to rob him. Earlier this week, the rapper did an interview with Vlad TV describing how he fought off the would-be robber, instructed his girlfriend to shoot him, and then left him to die. When the interviewer asked if he was concerned about retaliation, he said, quote, "They might do."
Yeah, that's another thing that people were mad about, on how Vlad was like, yo, you're not thinking about those dudes, the rappers that were outside trying to kick the door and shot all the shots. Like, they never got caught, you get me? And they lost somebody that day, so you're not scared about them coming back. He said he moved out of that apartment. Again, now I'm assuming that's where he went, to Houston, because he's like, nah, I don't live there no more. I was scared his ghost was going to pop up. He was just speaking crazy on that Vlad TV. I'm telling you, you guys got to watch that shit. But Vlad does bring that up and says, you're not scared that they're going to still be looking for you? Like, that's like having beef with somebody, bro, in New York and you move to Boston. It's not that far. Even worse, that's like having some beef with somebody in Los Angeles. You move to Sacramento, you're still in the same California. Like, that's even further than what he did. I heard it's like a 2-hour drive. That's like living in Jacksonville and moving to like Orlando, or moving in like to Tampa or some shit, and you got murder beef up there over somebody getting spilled. It's not that far. Like, you didn't really leave that far.
Do what they do, but I'm going to get active. That's all that is. On Thursday, he posted on social media standing in the middle of a bloody crime scene. Crazy. Hours later, Houston police say he was shot in a drive-by.
You see, so that's what I saw, that he posted these pictures, and then hours later is when he passed away.
By shooting.
I said, take that off of social media.
I saw that same thing too, that this is his mother, and she called him, telling him to remove that from social media, because, a mother don't want to see you tied into some shit like that, and they don't even want that energy around you.
And let this family mourn in peace. But they were was taunting my son, telling him that they were going to kill the family, that they were going to make his mama cry, like my son made his mother cry. And I told my son, don't respond. But their family member came to rob my son.
So you see, that's the whole thing. And that makes a lot of sense too, because it's just random for him to just start posting this shit like 2 months later. Like, I believe this happened in like January, February, the first incident. So for them to post this, him to start posting a crime scene and shit months later, to me is just weird, you get me? And it makes sense that they were taunting him or hitting him up. This is all alleged because we don't know.
Now she's forced to mourn the loss of her son, who she
like,
tried
desperately
keep hitting me
up,
out of danger.
And double down.
So the moral of this story to me is that two mothers lost two amazing sons, and that their children will be raised without fathers. And that's a sad thing.
Oh, that's super sad, man. That's super sad. Guys, comment down below. Let me know if you know any information about this that I might have missed and you guys know, because this case is just crazy. Again, this is just the beginning of it. This just happened. When was this uploaded? 10 hours ago. This is just the beginning of it. We're going to start seeing suspects start popping up. I'm sure we're going to find out who that rapper was that he also try to get the feature with before, and that whole thing happened. I'm sure it's gonna come back to light. Rest in peace to Omar Richardson, because we don't know who was the victim in either case. Rest in peace to BTB Savage as well. And I just feel bad for both families and mothers. I think those dudes in that Supra, also, they said they were in downtown Houston, which is like a heavy shopping area, or they were around a heavy shopping area. Some of those businesses are gonna have cameras to see it. We already seen the alleged video of them following him around. We don't know if that was real, but that's alleged. I'm for sure that one of those buildings in downtown or around wherever they were in Houston has videos of the scene or what happened. We'll find out more as it comes to light, and we'll definitely cover it.